Hello, this is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. Please hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe. Well, Candace Owens is at it again, everybody. She's now claiming that the cameraman is somehow nefariously involved in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And she talks about how, people are flight or fight, and but who takes selfie videos of themselves? Ooh, there's got to be something to it. But it all makes sense to me. When you watch the video here, everybody runs away at the same time. Sure, he may have known Charlie Kirk for 10 years, and his instinct was to run, away, because there's security guards and people there that are there to protect him and secure Charlie Kirk. So he runs away, and we don't know if it was just those two there. Maybe he would have done something, but he knows that the security guards are there, and he's there not sure if it's a mass shooter or what's going on. He did see right there that Charlie Kirk was shot, and he saw the hole in his neck from probably 7 or 8 feet away. Okay, this guy right here is the cameraman right here. All right, he's just there like everybody else. Now, if you look right here, I have it synced up at 12:23:19 right now. At 12:23:28, that is when the shot took place. Okay, but we're gonna play it.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America?
See, he's just over there hanging out, talking.
Over the last 10 years.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
Right, and so this shot right here, it's all blurred out right there, but you can see this is the same guy, right? So if we go back a frame or so, let's just zoom over here. He's standing right there. There you can see. He's got the glasses, arms folded. Then we switch over to this video, and there he is right here. And he's already seen the shot, and he takes off. Now, let's just follow him. He's this guy right there. And it looks like he runs off around to the right. See that? And that's still him right back here. And he runs out and around. And then he hides behind the building on a little slopey area. Okay? So let's keep watching this.
Shot right there. Gunshot. Look at him. Oh, he's shot, dude. He's shot. They shot him. He was all bloody.
And so he was just pointing out that they were moving him out from under the tent. So that was very quick. They already had him on the move within 25 seconds or so, 28 seconds. And then right here, if you can see, there's a guy in a tan shirt. And that's this guy here, okay? And it's synced up as well as I can given the lack of time codes on these videos. And then right over here, there's the cameraman who's now filming himself. He turned on his camera and just said, oh my God, Charlie Kirk was shot. And he's got his camera held out and he's filming his face. And you'll see that here in a minute. And there he is. I mean, he's right there, filming the event. And then you cut over to here, and they're putting Charlie Kirk in the vehicle, right? So here we go. They're putting him in right there, putting him in the vehicle. And then we cut over to this video, and there he is filming. And he doesn't even start talking until he's already in the video, inside the vehicle, Charlie Kirk.
They just shot Charlie. They just shot Charlie. They just shot Charlie.
So see that? He's just being put into the vehicle there. So it's a little bit like I'm just showing you some of the, there's a little overlap here. But that's what he was doing up there. He was filming it, and then he would film himself talking about it. And I don't know about you, but today's day and age, everybody's filming themselves. Everybody's taking selfie videos. There's hundreds and hundreds of videos from this event right here. I mean, we've seen a million different times where there's somebody on the street being beaten up and people get their cameras out and they film. It doesn't mean that those people are nefarious people. It just means that that's how they're wired at this point. You know, society's changed dramatically over the years. Everybody wants to film everything and be the one that captured something instead of being the person who goes out and helps the person that has been shot or killed or is being attacked. People want to film first. So you can see he's absolutely freaked out.
They just shot Charlie. He's dead.
Now he says he's dead. That's the first thing that I said as soon as I saw the shot. When it hit his neck and blood started coming out, I immediately said he didn't make it. And he was standing 8 feet away. That's why he's saying that. It was really obvious that it was a mortal wound, a shot that he wasn't going to survive from.
God help him. Charlie Kirk got shot? Holy shit, Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck is what my kid is saying. Your kid's saying Charlie?
So this is Adam Bartholomew's video. I'm just kind of picking it up at that same time. And then I'll move it forward here. But before we get to there, let's go back to the moment the shooting happened again. Now look, you know, this person has her hand on her mouth. She saw it, like she's standing there and it's like, oh God, she saw it and it's like, oh my God. And look at everybody runs out of there. Look at that. So what was nefarious about him running with them? Merely because he went around the corner and recorded himself? That makes him nefarious? I don't really get the logic there. It's pretty bizarre. So anyways, let's go back up to here. This is the Adam Bartholomew video. We're at 12:25:08. And so we're not even at 2 minutes since the shooting. And then Adam Bartholomew makes his way down the stairs. And there's a couple of people he randomly talks to. I'm just going to kind of move it forward until he makes his way over here. And he's making his way towards the stage. And we're about 3 minutes in now. Okay, so this is interesting back here. So the cameraman is standing right around this wall right here.
Hey, everybody clear out.
And we'll just kind of keep it over there. I'll go, there it is. So you can see the cameraman, that's his forehead and hair right up there. Right up in here. Can you see that? Now watch, I'll just slowly move it forward. You see him walking down from where he was, and you can see now he's got the white shirt, the glasses, etc. And then he seems to kind of go over off to the right. And we're just going to play this. And he hasn't come back yet. I think that could be him back here, maybe. It's hard to say. Coming back. It doesn't look like it, no. That's not him. So in this video here, you can't really see him coming back, but you do pick him up over here in a minute. Watch. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if he's in a couple of shots or frames over in this area here. And then right coming up here, he does show a back up again. Let's go over there. Okay, that's, I believe this is him right here with the glasses. He's coming, yeah, that's him. So he comes back and he's sort of waiting underneath there. and we're currently almost at, in 28 seconds it'll be 5 minutes. And so right now he's going over and he's looking up at the cameras. And, these are very expensive cameras that they've got here. And they're collecting them. And they want to make sure that the evidence is preserved. And their law enforcement has the video currently that was on there. It showed the shooting. Look how absolutely disturbed these people are. Okay? I mean, that guy with the sort of cream-colored shirt is freaking out. And they're going to go ahead and take those cameras down. Of course, that has to be a nefarious reason. It can't just be that they're taking their cameras so that some random person doesn't get it. They're not secure at this point. The officers are controlling the crowd. They're going to secure the camera footage and the cameras, and then eventually they give the footage to law enforcement. So he goes up and removes the camera. And it's secure now, and they'll be able to remove the SD card and any footage that was on there and give it to law enforcement. Now, the conspiracy theorists will say, oh, they must have edited it. But given them, even if they'd handed the SD card directly to law enforcement, they would claim that law enforcement edited the video to match what their narrative is. So it doesn't really matter. The facts don't matter to the conspiracy crowd. And I got to tell you, I think Candace Owens has been absolutely horrific during this case and has created a sort of an unnecessary divide between conservatives. She's really, she has no clue about investigations in terms of law enforcement and how things work. She just is day after day, a new conspiracy. Remember how the gunshot came from behind? Well, okay, that one they threw out. She got to see the video. And by the way, she claims that this guy lied to her. And basically what he was doing was giving her white lies on why he doesn't want to give her the video. He doesn't want to give her the video, but he's saying, oh, yeah, Google, might, find me in a search or whatever the hell she was saying. And, the files, I don't know how to send files that are big. He's just saying that because he doesn't want to send you the video, Candace. You aren't, required to get the video. You don't have a right to have the video. I don't care that you work for Turning Point. You don't have a right to have it. And he felt uncomfortable, so he made up these little white lies for you. Now you're calling him a liar, even though apparently he let you watch it on a Zoom call. He just didn't want to give you the video. That is absolutely something they were probably told not to do. Don't share the video. It's probably a huge video in the case, given the location of it. That obviously where the camera was would not be able to see Tyler Robinson on the roof because it's too high up. But it'll show, any kind of trajectory. Maybe they can use that for trajectory of the bullet. We don't know what shutter speed it had. I'm sure it's probably pretty standard, so it's not going to be able to film the bullet or anything like that, but it's probably a very clear video from behind of Charlie Kirk being shot. Okay? But what do you think Candace Owens' next conspiracy will be? Do you think she'll incorporate Sasquatch, maybe the Loch Ness Monster? I heard Chupacabra is making a comeback. Maybe she'll bring that one up. We just don't know at this point. So everybody, just realize this. Tyler Robinson is the shooter. His DNA was on the trigger of the rifle that was found in the woods after law enforcement reviewed surveillance, saw the person on the roof go into the woods. Then Tyler Robinson's parents, who recognized the same person who's limping through the tunnel, up the stairs into the garage, up onto the low-C building, and only stopped limping after he climbed over the wall, and 5 minutes later, after assembling the rifle in his pants, ran across the roof, laid down, and fired at Charlie Kirk at 12, 23, and 28 seconds, right around that time frame, and gets up This is all on video, by the way. They described the video in the probable cause document. People keep saying, where's the video? Where's the video? Well, they described it, and they only showed us the portion of the video that shows him running along the roof, carrying an elongated item wrapped in a black towel. Well, it turns out they found the elongated item and the black towel in the woods where Tyler Robinson ran into. And we know that's him because his DNA was found on the trigger and the shell of the bullet that was fired at Charlie Kirk and killed him. He's also on his DNA is on 2 other shells. It's on the towel. He also left a screwdriver on the roof that he apparently assembled the rifle with, and his DNA was on that too. That means his DNA is on the roof. Also, I wouldn't be shocked at all if they got a DNA hit from the drag marks that are on the roof, also indicating Tyler Robinson. And Tyler Robinson admitted to doing this in text messages with his boyfriend Twigs. Okay, this case is one of the strongest cases I've ever seen since I've been covering true crime. All right, so that's all I got for you in this video, everybody. Candace Owens has a new story every other day. It's unfortunate. I used to love her common sense, thinking, etc. Now she's turned into a mystical kind of weirdo type person, but with the same sounding of intelligence, which is a scary combination. All right. So that's it, you guys. Thank you all very much for watching. If you could please hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.